Hello and welcome to the first tutorial of Abaqus Computer-Aided Engineering Software version 2017. This tutorial is presented by the Engineering Software Learning channel. It is a YouTube channel. So in order to encourage us to make more videos, tutorials and courses about Abaqus and also about the other engineering software, please subscribe to our channel. In this tutorial, we are going to learn the basic element bar as presented here that constitute the Abaqus interface, and also we are going to learn and explain the basic tools and the features of the Sketcher module as presented here. So we start with the Abaqus interface. The Abaqus interface contains many bars. The first one is the title bar as presented here in the above screen. So here it contains the name of the software. In this case is the Abaqus. Then Abaqus or the computer-aided engineering. Here is the version of the Abaqus, and here is the name of the viewport. The viewport is the work space presented here that allows us to make all and the whole of the work, to draw the part and also to assign the different boundary condition and loads and so on. The second bar presented here is called the bar menu. Contains all things that we need in the software, but there is a lot of icons and tools. It will be quite hard and difficult to use only the bar menu. The next toolbar as presented here is also called the toolbars. It gives you a quick access to the most used tool in the Abaqus. Is this file. It's called the file that give you new, open, saves, print and so on. Here is the view manipulation, here is the view option, here is the selection, here mesh, and here the color code, here is the view cut manager and so on, and also here is the render. So this tool will used mostly and usually in order to make different things in the Abaqus. The next is called toolbar is called the model tree as presented here, and then and the next is the result tree. The next thing in the bottom corner of the left as presented here is the message area. It gives you the different message of that given by the software, if there is any error and something like that. And under that, yeah, there is the command line interface. Here is the box model or the box area we use usually, and we will explain it more in details in the upcoming tutorials. So follow us and watch the next tutorials. And finally, here there is the workplace zone or the viewports. Here the encompass like as in the CATIA software, because Abaqus is earned by the Dassault system, the same editor of the CATIA software. So before we go directly to the next section, that we will explain the first thing that you do and you should do in the analysis, that is the drawing of the part. That means before we are going to explain the Sketcher model, I will go to the tools and going directly to the, I think, the options here. Yes, the options, and go to the view manipulation. This is the mouse configuration, and I advise you to choose one of the most used software that you have already used in order to configure the same manipulation of the mouse as the other software. Mostly I use the Katia V5, so I configured the mouse as in the Katia V5. You can also use Abaqus here, or SolidWorks, Hyperview, Pro Engineering, Wildfire, and UGS NX. So I click on the Katia V5 and OK. This gives you the pan, rotate, and zoom that you can use it only by the mouse, as the same as in the Katia V5. So now we go to the model sketcher. Click here. You can get the model sketcher. Click here. We get the sketch, create a sketch, and manage a sketch. Here we click on the create a sketch, and we type the name of the first sketch. Here, for example, cube, or the first anything you want to do. Test, okay, and the approximate size is the grid size given by the Abaqus. You can increase this number or decrease, depend on the size of your part that you will create in the sketch. So continue here, and now we access to the sketch. Here there is the tools contained in the sketch module. Here this is the basic geometric things used in order to make different profile and things that you are used in order to make your design. So for example, you can use here point, create isolated point or lines, circles, rectangular, ellipse. Here is the create tangent arc. Here is the arc. Here is the arcs based on the 3 points. Here is the fillet, and so on. This is the icons of the tool that allows you to create the basic geometry things. Here, this is for the modification. We can use the trim here. Here, this is the trim. Here is the patterns, and so on. We will explain that in all these icons in one by one in the upcoming sections. Here is the constraint. This one is the redo and undo. Here for delete, and here for selection. Here for open and add a sketch, and here for save. This one is useful. Reset view. If you have, for example, this view like this, you can just click here, and will give you the same the parallel to the screen. Here, this one is the options in order to set in the different things in the sketcher. Here, for example, snap to grid. You can select or unselect this one, activate or no, and so on. Here the dimensions, constraints, and images. So firstly, we are going to explain one by one of this tutorial in order to make the video more short. I will explain just isolated point, lines, and circles, and finally the rectangular in the first tutorial, and in the coming tutorials I will explain the next. So in order to create isolated points, just click here, left button, the mouse left button, and click here. Now the icon or the tool is selected, and now you remark the yellow plus here. This give you that that indicate you that the tools is selected. And you can also here there is a message that tells you to pick a point in this here in the grid, or to enter XY, the origin, or the XY the coordinate of the point. So here you can just put the coordinate, or just pick a point here. For example, you can select 1.1, 0.2, and so on until to create your desired point. After that, in order to deactivate this insulated point, just click on the escape in the keyboard like that, and after that you have these 3 points, and after that click on done. Here of course here we can see the sketch is selected here. This is our sketch 1, cube test 1. This is explained. The sketcher is put in the last history of the model tree. As here we can enter to our sketcher by click right on the right button on the mouse and click edit, and you can enter to our sketch. So after that we are clicking on the create lines. So here this is a connected lines, or in the CATIA we can just call it polylines, like in CATIA or in AutoCAD. So here you can enter point 1 in order to select the point 1 or enter its coordinate, and we can just put like this and create point 1 and move the mouse in order to make some length, and after you can just pick on the second point, and so on, and like that we have the first line. We can make another line in the same way until we get the desired and our final drawing. And for exit from this tool, we just click on the escape in the keyboard. After that, in this one is the create a circle. So here in the message it tells you that they pick a center point. So the first, in order to create a circle, you should select or pick on the grid here in order to specify the center point or enter its coordinates here. So just put here and create when we are creating the circle, the center of the circle. So just move the tool or the mouse, and after that will give you the circle. Now you can choose in order to increase or to decrease the radius of the circle, as shown here. Finally, we will explain just the rectangle. The simple way to create it is this thing is most commonly in the other softwares, CAD softwares. So like CATIA and CATIA, AutoCAD, Inventor, Space Claim, and so on. So here in the rectangle, just click here, and after that click on the first point and and after that click here in order to select the second point in order to create the rectangle. So here we are creating, and in this tutorial we explained the different bars and elements in the Abaqus interface, and also we are explaining the first things to do in order to begin your Abaqus tutorial or Abaqus learning, is to go to the model sketch and learn about how to create a geometry. Here we are learning how to create a point, isolated point, line or connected line, circle and rectangular. In the next video we will learn about this element, all these elements in the model sketch, and we will move to the model part. Thank you for watching this video, and see you in the next tutorial.